A Course in Miracles. Lesson 164. Now are we one with Him who is our source. What time but now can truth be recognized? The present is the only time there is. And so today, this instant, now, we come to look upon what is forever there, not in our sight, but in the eyes of Christ. He looks past time and sees eternity as represented there. He hears the sounds the senseless, busy world engenders, yet he hears them faintly. For beyond them all he hears the song of heaven, and the voice for God more clear, more meaningful, more near. The world fades easily away before his sight. Its sounds grow dim. A melody from far beyond the world increasingly is more and more distinct, an ancient call to which he gives an ancient answer. You will recognize them both, for they are but your answer to your Father's call to you. Christ answers for you, echoing yourself, using your voice to give his glad consent, accepting your deliverance for you. How holy is your practicing today as Christ gives you his sight and hears for you, and answers in your name the call he hears. How quiet is the time you give to spend with him beyond the world. How easily are all your seeming sins forgot, and all your sorrows unremembered. On this day is grief laid by, for sights and sounds that come from nearer than the world are clear to you who will today accept the gifts he gives. There is a silence into which the world cannot intrude. There is an ancient peace you carry in your heart and have not lost. There is a sense of holiness in you the thought of sin has never touched. All this today you will remember. Faithfulness in practicing today will bring rewards so great and so completely different from all things you sought before, that you will know that here your treasure is, and here your rest. This is the day when vain imaginings part like a curtain to reveal what lies beyond them. Now is what is really there made visible, while all the shadows which appeared to hide it merely sink away. Now is the balance righted, and the scale of judgment left to him who judges true. And in his judgment will a world unfold in perfect innocence before your eyes. Now will you see it with the eyes of Christ. Now is its transformation clear to you. Brother, this day is sacred to the world. Your vision, given you from far beyond all things within the world, looks back on them in a new light. And what you see becomes the healing and salvation of the world. The valuable and valueless are both perceived and recognized for what they are. And what is worthy of your love receives your love, while nothing to be feared remains. We will not judge today. We will receive but what is given us from judgment made beyond the world. Our practicing today becomes our gift of thankfulness for our release from blindness and from misery. All that we see will but increase our joy, because its holiness reflects our own. We stand forgiven in the sight of Christ, with all the world forgiven in our own. We bless the world as we behold it in the light in which our Saviour looks on us, and offer it the freedom given us through his forgiving vision, not our own. Open the curtain in your practicing by merely letting go all things you think you want. Your trifling treasures put away, and leave a clean and open space within your mind where Christ can come and offer you the treasure of salvation. He has need of your most holy mind to save the world. Is not this purpose worthy to be yours? Is not Christ's vision worthy to be sought above the world's unsatisfying goals? Let not today slip by without the gifts it holds for you, receiving your consent and your acceptance. We can change the world if you acknowledge them. You may not see the value your acceptance gives the world, but this you surely want. You can exchange all suffering for joy this very day. Practice in earnest, and the gift is yours. Would God deceive you? Can his promise fail? Can you withhold so little when his hand holds out complete salvation to his Son? Lesson 164. Now are we one with him who is our source. You pursued unsatisfying goals. What if you already arrived? A Course in Miracles. Lesson 164. What time but now can truth be recognized? The present is the only time there is. Lesson 164 opens with a question that sounds simple enough. But Detective Boy immediately notices something strange. The lesson does not begin by fixing a problem. It begins by questioning whether a problem ever existed in the first place. The lesson starts talking about sight. It starts talking about hearing. It starts talking about curtains, shadows, ancient songs, ancient calls. The entire lesson feels like standing in a field before sunrise while a thick fog covers everything. The mountains appear gone. The river appears gone. The path appears gone. Nothing familiar can be seen. And so the traveler begins searching. The traveler creates plans. The traveler creates goals. The traveler creates strategies. The traveler creates maps. The traveler spends years trying to arrive somewhere. But what if the destination was never missing? What if visibility was the only thing missing? The lesson says, there is an ancient peace you carry in your heart and have not lost. Have not lost. Detective Boy circles the words immediately. Because if it has not been lost, why the search? If it has not been lost, why the struggle? If it has not been lost, why the endless pursuit? Something had to come first. Something convinced the traveler that home was no longer home. Something convinced the Son of God that he had left his source. Something convinced the sky it was a cloud. Now we are getting somewhere. The lesson gives the answer without ever naming it directly. The cloud. Not a weather cloud. A thought cloud. A fear cloud. A judgment cloud. A story cloud. A cloud of vain imaginings. The lesson says those vain imaginings part like a curtain. A curtain. Not a wall, not a prison, not a fortress. A curtain. Something that appears solid until it is pulled aside. Then what happens? Does truth arrive? No. Does God arrive? No. Does peace arrive? No. The curtain simply moves, and what was already there becomes visible. That changes everything. Because nobody has ever worried about the sky. Everybody worries about the clouds. The cloud says rain is coming. The cloud says danger is coming. The cloud says loss is coming. The cloud says separation is coming. The cloud says death is coming. The cloud says something is wrong. The cloud says salvation is somewhere else. The cloud says arrival is somewhere in the future. And the sky says nothing. The sky remains exactly as it has always been, untouched. The sun remains exactly as it has always been, untouched. No storm has ever touched the sun. No cloud has ever damaged the sky. Not once. Not ever. So Detective Boy asks a simple question. Would the sky deceive? Would the sun deceive? Well, has the sky ever lied? Has the sun ever betrayed itself? No. Then why is all the attention placed on the clouds? Something made of vapor, something that appears and disappears, something constantly changing shape, something that cannot stay. The Son of God became fascinated with clouds. That is the whole story. The cloud said, "Look at me." The cloud said, "I am important." The cloud said, "I am the problem." The cloud said, "I am the answer." The cloud said, "Follow me." And attention followed. For years? For lifetimes? The lesson asks another question near the end. Would God deceive you? What a question. Because if God is the source, and the Son remains one with the source, then where did the deception come from? The answer cannot be God. The answer cannot be truth. The answer cannot be reality. Only a cloud can appear to hide the sun, but even then it never touches the sun. The cloud moves. The sun remains. The fear moves. Truth remains. The story moves. Reality remains. The judgment moves. Innocence remains. The world moves. The present remains. That is why the lesson keeps repeating itself in different ways. Now. 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 Not tomorrow. Not after enlightenment. Not after enough healing. Not after enough accomplishments. Not after enough goals. Not after enough clouds finally drift away. Now. Because the sky does not become the sky when the clouds disappear. The sky was the sky before the first cloud arrived. And the Son of God remains as God created him before the first fearful thought ever appeared. Lesson 164 is not about achieving anything. It is not about becoming anything. It is not even about finding anything. It is about recognition. A traveler stands beneath a storm for so long that the storm becomes the entire world. Then one day the traveler looks up, really looks up, and sees something astonishing. The storm never touched the sky. And what the storm never touched, it could never threaten.